What is going on, creatives? How's everyone doing today? It's Sunday, it's the weekend. You're probably seeing this on Tuesday, but as you could tell, we're in a different location because this is my new YouTube studio. But enough about that, let's get into the review today. Today I'm reviewing the SmallRig 2087 cage. This is for the Sony A7R Mark III, and I believe, being that the bodies are the same, the Sony A7. So for you video guys, stay tuned. I'm going to show you all the functionalities of this cage, how it could be used on tripods, gimbals, a cool handheld setup. So let's roll that intro and then dive into the review. Today we're going to cover all the features that the SmallRig has to offer. Not only is it very light and pretty indestructible for the most part, there's a lot of different uses that you could use this for to step up your video game and your photo game. I've been wanting to pick up a SmallRig cage since they announced them, and once I heard that they were coming out with the Sony A7R Mark III cage, it was a no-brainer. I had to buy it, I had to have it. I chose to pick up the HDMI cable protector. I'll list that along with everything in the description below. When it comes to the functionality of the SmallRig cage, the developers thought of everything. They made sure that none of the buttons were being covered by the cage itself, and that you were able to access not only the battery, but even the SD card slots with this cutout. So they thought of everything to make sure that we weren't inconvenienced having to take the camera out to get to a certain function or change something up. Enough of me rambling. Let's go in real world situations when this would be useful. I will show you my various different handheld setups with the monitor, without a monitor, on a tripod, and as well as flying this on my gimbal. So let's go outside and have some fun. All right guys, so we're out in a beautiful park, sunny California today. It's about mid-60s, and I'm gonna just show you some real world scenarios on why having this rig set up would be perfect for you. The 16 to 35 you do have to remove in order to get it put on. So I feed my Peak Design strap, and literally that's it. You go ahead and snap your lens back on, and next all you need is a flathead on the bottom. I don't have one, so you could use a coin. I'm gonna use a key and get real crafty with it right now. And that's it. It's tight, it's secure. The camera's not moving around whatsoever. So the next thing I wanted to show you is I have the quick release handle grip, and you can mount it anywhere. SmallRig does supply you with the screws that you need to get this going. So there's two things you could do. You can mount it like this way, and then you could go ahead and film. If you have an external monitor, it could fit on the cold shoe here or even down here, which is really cool. Okay, so obviously there's a bunch of different hot and cold shoe accessories, like my Rode video mic, and that could sit right here. So usually my go-to setup is going to be this right here, and then I have my SmallRig HD. On the side, I did mention before that I have the HDMI protector clamp there, just because we don't want wires getting ripped out. And overall, I think it looks pretty badass, and it functions in a various different ways. Another thing you can do, say you want the handle going reverse, you simply slide it off, and boom, you tighten this down. And the thing I love about all their clamps is it's similar to like the Zhiyun Tech clamps that they have on the Crane 2, where these pretty much pull out and you could tighten them, and then say you need to keep going, you just pull them out, they're spring loaded, and now we have a rig set up like this where you could put the monitor on the back. This is very versatile. I love it. It's very lightweight still, even though this lens weighs a ton, but it just gives you more stability. If I want to handheld some video shots with the monitor up top, what I like to do is under grip, hold it right here while you're watching the monitor, and then you could just pan and you just have more stability. It's, you know, elbows tucked in. They even have the rosette handles, that the wooden grip ones also. Like when it comes to modular stuff, I'm just a sucker for it because there's so many configurations that you could do. The possibilities are endless. All right guys, so we have the Zhiyun Crane 2 and the SmallRig is on it. I was able to properly balance it, and this is just like another weight factor. I know the payload here is 7 pounds on this gimbal, but with the G Master 16 to 35, having the sliding rail on it, the quick release, just the other attachments, I was a little worrisome about this cage being able to be used with the gimbal, and that's what I wanted. And as you guys can tell, she's balanced perfectly fine. She's moving around really good. Everything's working perfectly. So if your questions for me was, will this cage work on the Zhiyun Crane 2? Yes, it will, absolutely. I believe this whole thing came out to about 3.5, 4 pounds. So being that there's still another 3.5 to 4 pounds of payload that this can carry, you could even, if you want to, mount a microphone on top or however you want to configure it. It's not too heavy, and I love that about this cage. So that wraps up today's review on the SmallRig cage. This is the 2087 once again for the Sony A7R Mark III, and I think it will fit the A7 III. I love it. If you're looking for something affordable, because cages can be expensive, this is the way to go. There's so many different things you guys could do with this, and the possibilities are endless to cater to your videography, photography needs. So that being said, guys, if you do like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'm gonna have some awesome giveaways for you guys coming real soon. And my name's Jason. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.